It seemed she thought I was especially easy to deceive, never able to sense anything unusual. Elora became increasingly bold. She used to secretly meet with Damon only when I was at work, but now, even when I was home, she would find all sorts of excuses to come over. Luna heiress, I've been teaching myself to cook lately. I wanted to come over and make something delicious to thank you for supporting me all these years. Luna heiress, these are herbs from my hometown. They help with wound healing. I brought them especially for you. Luna heiress, I want to start a small business and need some initial funding. Could you help me out again? Although I knew perfectly well that Elora's real reason for visiting was to see Torin and Damon, I never refused her. Every time she came over, I welcomed her politely. Whenever she asked for help, I obliged without hesitation. Damon was quite pleased with this situation. Whenever Elora showed up, he couldn't help but smile. Sometimes he would even flirt with her right in front of me, exchanging subtle glances and secret signals. Even Torin grew increasingly attached to Elora. This continued until the day of Torin's succession test for the Alpha. On the day of the exam, Elora arrived at our house early in the morning to wait for the results with us. When Torin's ridiculously poor test scores came in, Damon's brows furrowed in anger. How could your scores be this low? His son shrugged indifferently. So what? I'm the Alpha's only son. Even if I'm a complete failure, the Alpha position is still mine. You can't keep acting like this, no matter how much your mother spoils you. Damon shot me a subtle glance. Seeing that I remained silent, he continued. It's not easy for her to manage the pack alone. You need to step up. Otherwise, how will you help her in the future? How can we trust you to take over the pack one day? Torin, your father is right. This position will definitely be yours, but you still need to prove yourself. Elora chimed in earnestly. Otherwise, how will you earn the respect of the elders and nobles once you become Alpha? Watching the two of them echo each other's words, I smiled faintly and said calmly, it's fine. I've already planned everything for Torin. I'll send him to one of our allied packs for further training. Everything I have will be left to Torin. Once he returns, it will be only natural for him to take over the position. Hearing this, all three of them smiled in satisfaction. I smiled too. They were laughing at how foolish I was. I was laughing at how naive they were. The day Torin departed, we stood at the front door to see him off. Damon held his hand tightly, his face filled with reluctance. Elora came too, bringing a pile of supplies for Torin. As if terrified he would struggle alone in a foreign land. They both fussed over him, reminding him again and again to take care of himself. The scene was warm, emotional, and touching. Even after Torin got in the car, they chased after it as it drove off. Tears filled their eyes as they watched until the car disappeared. After Torin left, Elora stopped visiting as often. But Damon started going out more. When he returned, he always looked exhausted, as if completely drained. I asked where he had been. He said he was meeting friends. Sometimes he said he went hunting. When I asked where the prey was, he said he'd given it away. When he couldn't find an excuse, he sighed and said, I raised Torin with my own hands. He's never been away from me for so long. I can't stop missing him. After a pause, he added, if I don't keep busy, I'll break down. He really didn't know I could see through the mind link. I knew he was with Elora. I ignored the scent of her bluebell perfume on him. I smiled and comforted him. Torin will be back soon. When he returns, our family will be reunited. Damon smiled faintly. His voice was low. Yes, very soon, the three of us will be together again. For years later, Torin returned from his studies in the Allied Pack. Elora, who we hadn't seen in a long time, came over early in the morning, just like before. She joined Damon and me to pick up our son. The moment they saw Torin, Elora and Damon couldn't hold back. They rushed forward, holding him tightly, ignoring everyone else. The three of them cried together. After they finished pouring out their emotions, Torin walked straight to me. Mom, I'm back, he said bluntly. When will you hold the Alpha succession ceremony? Seeing his eager expression, I smiled gently. Come. I've already prepared the ceremony. Soon, in front of everyone, I will hand everything over to you.